Hi everyone, Hannah here. So this is the unboxing for the March Mini Mixed Media Kit. I'm going to go ahead and open this and show you what you will receive in your mini kit. Okay. So you'll get a flyer showing about this month's challenge and link to the YouTube channel for this tutorial and other tutorials too. I've got it wrapped up pretty good to keep everything nice and snug in here. So you'll have this cute little polka dot stencil. You'll also have your palette knife and your paintbrush. And then this adorable little crate. I absolutely love this. And you'll have this, let's see, we'll go over the paint stuff first. So you'll have the rich turquoise paint. That's the color that we're doing for this month. And then you'll get rose gold wax paste. This is my absolute favorite color. I love the rose gold. I think rose gold and amethyst magic are my two favorite colors. Of course, they're all really pretty. You'll also get a 1/2 ounce jar of crackle paste. That's what we're going to use for this month. And then you'll also get a 1/2 ounce of the gesso as well. And then these are this is the little embellishment pack here. So you'll get this cute little Prima butterfly. I absolutely love these. You'll get a couple of gold fabric leaves. And you'll get these other flowers here. You'll get kind of a mix match of pink and blue flowers. Really pretty light blue and light pink colored flowers. They might be just like this or they might be a little bit different, but they'll be the light blue and light pink. And you also get a couple of these cute little flowers. And you'll get some chipboard pieces. We've got these three. Now they may vary in each kit. They might not be these exact same pieces. They might be a little bit different, but you'll get 3 of them. You'll also get a little bag of, it's like a clear iridescent micro beads, which are so cute. I thought that would work really well with our project for this month. And you'll also receive 3 die cuts, cardstock die cuts. They might be this same image or they might be different. These are cardstock die cuts from our September kit that we had. It was a nature theme, so I thought it would pair really well with this kit because we're just kind of doing like springtime nature theme, butterflies, flowers. So I thought this would work really well. So let's go ahead and get started. So what I like to do is go ahead and figure out my layout about how I want it to look. That helps me to know where I want to do my stenciling because I want it to look a certain way. I want to have some of the polka dots, you know, peeking out behind the chipboard and the elements of the layout. So now that I know how I'm going to do it on this side, then what I'm going to do is gesso this side first and then also the other side as well. It absorbs into the wood, and so that way when I add the crackle paste, it will just adhere to it better. You don't have to add the gesso, and some parts of the box or the crate I did not. And I actually like the way that the paint looked directly on the wood as opposed to the paint on top of the crackle paste on top of the gesso. But I mean, there's, you know, different ways to do this. So whatever way works best for you. I just wanted to go ahead and do it this way on this side, and then I just changed it up a little bit on the other sides, which, you know, we'll see later. So now I'm taking the stencil and applying some of the crackle paste on it. And I'm doing some a little thicker and some not as thick, just to create kind of a variety of thickness on our polka dots so that they're not all the same thickness or thinness. It just kind of adds a little more interest to our project. So now we're going to get started on painting. I start by painting the polka dots, and then I'll add a little bit of water. I have, you know, just a little spray bottle, and I like to spritz a little bit. It's like a fine mist that comes out. At first, when I started this, I thought that I wanted to do kind of a watercolor effect. It was a little too whitewashed to me. And so I ended up giving it a second layer because I liked how that looked. But if you want more of, you know, kind of a whitewashed look, then this might be perfect for you, just spritzing the water. But I ended up adding some more later. I guess I just wanted maybe more bold colors and not for the colors to be, you know, a little thin and watered down. Sometimes I like for the colors to be watered down. I like the watercolor effect, and then sometimes I don't. So I guess this project just caught me in the mood of not wanting my colors watered down. But, you know, sometimes you don't know that until you get in the middle of a project, and as you're, you know, painting, applying your mediums, then you're like, well, this is not really looking how I want it to look. I've got to do something different. So what I ended up doing was just letting it dry and then going back over it with a second coat just to make it darker. And you can still see the polka dots because we've got that texture there. So that's really cool too. And it looks really neat. I love crackle paste because the more that it dries out, it has little cracks in there, so that's really neat. So now I'm going to start gluing down our embellishments that we received in this month's kit. And I'm just kind of playing around with it a little bit, figuring out where I want it, which it's pretty much staying the same. Some things I end up changing, as we all do in our projects. But I'm just kind of gluing it down, and some places, it's kind of hard to glue down at first, and it takes a while to set, because maybe the paint, I don't think I let the paint dry enough when I started applying everything, because I was in a little bit of a time crunch. So I just started applying stuff. The paint was not completely dry. I would not advise that. Worst case, take a heat gun or blow dryer and dry it before you start gluing everything, because it did. I probably spent more time trying to glue down and press down with my fingers and placing stuff on it to try to get it to stay, but it ended up working out all right. So, and I thought the project, in the end, it turned out really well. So now what I'm going to do is apply our micro beads that you got in the little bitty Ziploc bag. And what I like to do is glue a little strip down wherever I'm going to apply it. And then I take the bag and just pour out a few as needed. Sometimes I'll even press it down with my finger, or I'll press it down with my palette knife. Sometimes I'll even put glue on my palette knife and kind of spread it down and pour some of the micro beads and spread it down some more with the palette knife. That's what I did in the project last month, and I really liked doing that. I guess I forgot to do that this time, but it still worked out pretty good. But next time, hopefully I'll remember to use the palette knife. It helps for it to not get so messy. But, I mean, after all, it is mixed media, so it is kind of fun to get messy, right? So now I'm going to go ahead and apply the rose gold wax paste. Really pretty, and I really like the effect that it has going over this blue paint. It's a really, really beautiful color. I love rose gold. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm just going over the entire crate with it. And I just really like how it's looking. I put it over the box. I put it over some of the chipboard pieces, a little bit on one of the flowers or one or two of the flowers. And I just really liked how it turned out. And the project, it's cute, it's fun, but it's also, a usable, a functional project, because you can use your crate to store something in, whatever it is that you want to store in, or, if you're going to use it in your craft room or sit it on a shelf and put stuff in it. You can put your keys in it, right by the front door or wherever it is you put your keys. There are so many ways that you could utilize this crate, and so I hope that that you can find a good use for it, whatever it may be, and enjoy your project. And you can look at it and say, hey, I made this and I did a really good job at it and I'm really proud of myself. Or if there's certain things that you thought, I don't think I really liked how that turned out, you could change it or just make a note for next time to do something a little bit different. I'm always learning and taking mental notes from one project to the next. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. Please feel free to let me know if you have any questions at all. Thank you so much for watching.